Hey guys, this is Aldo. We are working today in the colony in Castle Hills. As you can see, it's a beautiful day today. We got some really warm sun. We got cool wind. We're working today in the colony. We're about halfway into a job. That's one of our edger sanders. We're about halfway into a job. We're about to step in and let's see what that's about. And that is me, guys. That's the protection we set up, some 6 mil plastic, just to try to not walk on the existing engineered hardwood. That's the one that we're gonna be matching. That is a hand scraped. You can see the hand scraping of the engineered floor planks. And this customer wanted to have some solid hardwood floor stairs installed, as well as the second floor. And this process that we're seeing here, this is the hand scrape. That is one of the styles that we give our customers to choose from. This is how we set it up. First we get a little bit wet, and then we hand scrape with that blade, and we give it a nice wide and light texture on the floor. This is all done by hand. This is still haven't been hand scraped yet, but it has already been prepped. And it's already, the first step is to make it flat with the edger sander, see? This is how it looks like, and then we remove that with the hand scrape. Right here you can see, you cannot see it very well because it still doesn't have any finish, because we're about halfway into the finished portion of the project. And she wanted hardwood all throughout her second floor. All of this has already been hand scraped. Whenever it's so smooth like this, it's not, you can't really see it when it's raw, but after it's been stained, sealed, and with the coats of polyurethane, that's when you can see it better. Another one of our gladiator buffers. And that's the prepping. That is very important on every little corner that we do by hand. Hola, capo. ¿Qué dice? ¿Qué dice? And this is how it looks after it's been vacuumed. You can see the hand scrape better. See? Like that. It's a very light hand scrape. It's not as deep. So I call it our modern hand scrape. And I also wanted to share with you guys, explain a little bit about the process that goes in installing a, oh, before I forget, let me show you guys something. So you might be wondering how you do the installation for all this. Where after we pull up the carpet, we clean up all the staples, all the tack strips on the edges and inside of the closets. And after that, we lay down a layer of moisture retardant felt paper, and then we start the installation. So we start it from there, and then whenever we finish up, I just wanted to let you guys know that whenever it has a, if you can see, there's still a little bit of that, of our wood filler that was used, especially on the edges. After that, we're gonna do that all by hand because the buffer only gets the middle, but not the edges. If you see that there's no wood filler in the middle anymore, all the edges are done by hand. So just wanted to show you that, for example, whenever we're installing, we take extra care because look, see, that's our 18 gauge nail holes, and we always try to do as little as we can. See, you can't even notice it because once the floor has been stained, it will, if you use a bigger gauge nail gun, it's gonna be a, where's it at? Look, I can't even see them. There's another one right there. But see that one? Can't even see them. So just, that's one of the little, you know how they say that the devil's in the details? So that's one of the details we always try to make our, that's one of the details that we always try to look out for whenever we're doing all of our installations, no matter how small, no matter how big. And obviously that one will get taken care of by hand. But yeah, just wanted to show you that. And all right, moving on to the explanation of the timeline and process. So yes, as I was saying, we removed the carpet for this client, for this customer. She wanted to do some hardwood floors on her second floor and on her stairs, and she wanted to get some nice white oak. I think this is 5-inch white oak, and just to give it a matching look for her white oak on the downstairs. I think it's hickory. I'm not sure if it's hickory or white oak. I'll check it in a bit. But yeah, she liked this. She liked the white oak look for her second floor, and so that's what we did. So this is solid wood. So this solid wood, basically, it took us about 3 days to put it down, and then after that, it needs to acclimate. So whenever you install a wider plank on a floor, it doesn't matter if it's a first floor or second floor. Well, it does matter. It's gonna lengthen the acclimation period for a little bit more, a couple more days, if it's for a downstairs, for a main floor concrete slab area, especially if it's a pier and beam or concrete. It does raise the time of acclimation that it needs. So having said that, the acclimation period for a 5-inch white oak with this weather, with this type of weather, we're looking at about 10 to 12 days. 10 to 12 days we put in the wood, and then after 12 days, 10 to 12 days of that it's been laid down, that it's been installed, that's when we come back and start the sand and finish. So all the surface has stopped moving and has completed its, the word is expansion and contraction. It has already completed its expansion and contraction, which you see we give our hardwood floor the expansion gap, which needs to be present all throughout the edge of the floor, so that it has space to expand and contract comfortably under the baseboard. But yeah, that should be The acclimation period, after the acclimation period's been done, then we come back if it's gonna be a hand scrape or if it's gonna be a hand scrape, it's a quicker process for us. And then a smooth finish, because a smooth finish requires more sanding. More sanding doesn't necessarily mean that it has it's gonna have a more wood taken off of the surface. It just means that it's gonna be more grits are gonna be ran on it. Because all of our customers, they like how the hand scrape looks on the flooring with how we do our hand scrape, and that gives us I think we only run 2 grits, and then we hand scrape, and then we final buff with a screen. I believe that's the process, but it's less sanding because it's more hand scraping. And yeah, this is pretty much it. After it's been prepped, that's when we start the final step of the preparation before we stain is we water pop it. We use a 50% alcohol solution and a 50% water solution to give it a more even look, so that it's all more consistent all throughout, so that you don't have any blotchiness, to prevent any, because being a natural product, it gives you have to take all the precautionary measures to make sure that you have a very consistent color, especially because you never know if it's just one tree or a lot of trees or a different batch of trees, or so yeah, it's never good to skip corners. And yeah, just wanted to share with you guys and explain a little bit about the process of how it goes. If you have carpet, if you have engineered wood, or if you have something that you want to replace and put some new wood in, it's not just a quick installation like it would be some click together or some glue down engineered. A solid wood installation takes more time and it's a lot more steps on it. And you can see we set up some plastic containment, and just to protect a little bit more the walls and stuff, and the fixtures and the TV. There's a TV right here. And thank you. That noise I could hear is from our bench grinder, which we use to sharpen all of our hand scrapers.